And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Animation Combination with your host, Ibrahim, aka Mark Brown. And we're back for another episode 3 of this season of Who Wants to Be Millionaire-Animation Edition, where I get 10 animation fanatics to play a game of Millionaire based on animation questions to see if any of them can get to the million. So far, none have, but maybe our third contestant can. Today, we have with us Mr. Paul Astell from the Feeling Animated blog. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Thanks again for coming on the show.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm excited.
Nice. And for people who don't know who you are or don't know about your blog, can you introduce yourself?
Yep, I run a blog called feelinganimatedblog.wordpress.com. I set it up last year, and it's a general sort of review site. I've been doing a Disney canon series, and I review all sorts of other films and shows from the past, anything obscure, Studio Ghibli, that kind of thing. And we've got a series coming up of first thoughts on old classics that I haven't seen before, so that should be good. Wallace and Gromit series is coming up soon.
Yeah, nice. That should be fun. And I must say, this guy here, he's probably one of the most in-depth reviewer of the Disney canon I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's
I do like to write.
In a good way. I think one of your most recent reviews was Watership Down, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it took me so long to get around to seeing that. I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with it either. I saw it 5 years ago for the first time. I don't remember it much, which is probably not a good sign. So for those of you who are new to the game, this is a 12-question multiple-choice game show about anything even remotely related to the field of animation. As long as Paul keeps getting questions right, he goes high up the ladder. Once he gets one wrong, that's the end of the game, and he leaves with the last number of points for the last safe haven. He has 3 lifelines to help him. 50-50 gets rid of 2 wrong answers. A phone a friend if he chooses. He can call someone for help or ask the expert. This season, our expert is Swanpride, a Disney and animation blogger. I've asked her all these questions previously. Paul can see how she answers and decide if she wants to go with that or not, if he wants to go with that or not. And finally, this season, we have a new lifeline, a switch the question, which Paul can get if he gets to the 32,000 point, where he can swap a question for a totally different question worth the same number of points. And if he gets to the million, he wins a gift card from me. So, Paul, are you ready to play Millionaire?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's just share my screen with you. Can you see the Millionaire screen?
Yeah, there we go.
Cool. Here's Who Wants to Be Millionaire-Animation Edition. I hope they don't sue me for using their logo. And this is your ladder of points. Just remember the yellow ones are your benchmarks. Once you get to those, you can't lose them.
Okay.
This one, 32,000. This is where you get the 4th lifeline if you get to that point.
Right.
And here's your expert, Swanpride. Pay attention to what she says. She says, "Hi, I'm Swanpride, Disney lover and blogger. I'm kind of an expert in history of movie animation. If you're asked about high-quality animated movies between 1910 and 2000, I'll at least know something about it. Voice actors are weakness of mine, though. There's only 50 chance I'll be able to answer a question about them. Better don't ask me anything about animated TV shows either, unless it's the late 80s and 90s. What I can offer instead is a sound basic knowledge about 4 animated movies that work with Studio Ghibli and other famous places in Japan, with the efforts of European production companies to keep traditional animation alive." So basically, don't ask her anything about voice actors or TV.
Right.
That's that. And if you want to check out her blog, she has a heroine and fiction-based blog called Honoring the Heroines at swanpride.wordpress.com, and a Disney movies and lyrics kind of an analysis blog at swanpride3.wordpress.com. Well, Paul, do you have any questions, or shall we start?
No, I'm all ready.
Okay, here we go. And remember, nothing's final until you say final answer. 500 points. Which Disney canon film takes place in the world of arcade video games? Is it A, Brother Bear, B, Home on the Range, C, Winnie the Pooh, or D, Wreck-It Ralph?
Right. Well, I know Brother Bear is set in the Ice Age. Home on the Range is the Old West, and they really wasted that. But Winnie the Pooh was very good. I was a bit old for that one, but I can appreciate it. But no, this one I think would be Wreck-It Ralph, and there's a sequel to that coming out very soon, which I'm excited for.
That's true.
So that's Wreck-It Ralph, final answer.
Well, you just went through the whole Disney canon, so you should know this. Your answer is correct. Good job.
Thanks.
I feel you knew that one even without the choices. I'm not a huge fan of Wreck-It Ralph, but I do like it. But I'm not in love with it like how everyone else seems to be.
Yeah, no, I see your point.
Hopefully this sequel, we'll see what the sequel can be like. Okay, Paul, the next one is a 1,000 point. I have to remind you, if you get it wrong, you'll leave with nothing. I don't think that'll happen, but just have to remind you. Here we go, 1,000 points. The 2011 Disney short, The Ballad of Nessie, gives an origin story to which aquatic mythical creature? Is it A, the Yeti, B, the Chupacabra, C, the Loch Ness Monster, or D, Bigfoot?
I live not too far from Scotland, so I've always known about Nessie. Yeah, much as I'd love to see a good film about Bigfoot, and I think there is one coming up next year, actually. I think that would be the Loch Ness Monster. Final answer.
Well, you live near Scotland, so you got this right, correct. So you have 1,000 points. Paul, how's it feel? No matter what you do, you can't lose that.
I'm doing well.
Have you ever been to Loch Ness yourself?
Not yet. No, I've been to Scotland once, and it was when I was like 8, so I don't really remember it very well.
Yeah, I went to England this year in March for the first time. My first time in England, so I spent a week there. I liked it a lot. I got sick, but I liked it.
Oh,
had a cold.
You'll have seen all that snow as well, the beast from
yes. It actually did snow it was March, and it was like, yeah, I guess it wasn't it was strange for the time. So I got to see snow for one of the first times in my life.
It's not normally like that, but I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah. And regarding Bigfoot, we have Sony Animation has a movie called Smallfoot coming out. It's coming out this year in America. I don't know about the UK if it's also this year.
Yeah, I think that's the one I was thinking of.
Okay, yeah. So that we got some animated Bigfoot movie out there. So, well, that's more of a Yeti movie, I think. So check it out, people. Sony Animation can sponsor this. All right, Paul, we got you 1,000. We want to get you further. Let's keep going. 2,000 points. Which animated Hanna-Barbera TV series famously takes place in a futuristic setting? Is it A, the Flintstones, B, Wacky Races, C, the Jetsons, or D, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Well, I remember Cartoon Network used to put a lot of these shows on back in the day, thank goodness. I have to admit, I think the answer to this one is the only one that I wasn't a fan of. I like the Flintstones, and Wacky Races was good. I love Scooby-Doo, but I think this one was probably the Jetsons, which was sort of like a futuristic version of the Flintstones, basically.
Very much.
So that'll be Jetsons' final answer.
Yeah, futuristic version of the Flintstones is probably the best way to put it. You're correct. There's actually a conspiracy theory about how the Flintstones actually takes place in the future. The humanity has like gone back to the Stone Age, so that actually takes place in the future. So it's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of Scooby-Doo as well and Flintstones. I never watched Wacky Races actually. That just never came across my channels.
No, but that was Dastardly and Muttley, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I should watch it. But yeah, Jetsons is the one I watched the least, though, of the three that I've seen. So, well, you knew enough to get it right, so that's good. 5,000 points. Walt Disney famously had a group of animators who worked for him and were responsible for creating some of Disney's most iconic animated characters and sequences. What were they known as? Is it A, Disney's 9 Drawing Men, B, Disney's 9 Right-Hand Men, C, Disney's 9 Old Men, or D, Disney's 9 Great Men?
Well, I think at least 3 of those would have fitted very nicely. Disney's 9 Drawing Men, I quite like that. I believe that was Disney's 9 Old Men. I'm not sure if I can name them all, but I know that Ward Kimball was in there, Bill Peet, Art Parkinson, was it? Art Babbitt, something like that. There's a lot of them, but yeah, I think it's Disney's 9 Old Men.
Is that your final answer?
That's the final answer.
Well, you know your stuff. You got this one correct as well. Congrats. Yeah, I don't think I can name them all either. I mean, you got Frank Thomas, Ollie Johnston, Wolfgang Reidemann, John Lounsbury, Milt Kahl, Ward Kimball, 3 others. These guys here, these 9.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah, whoever, I forget your names. I'm sorry for the last 3, but Les Clark, I think that was another one.
Oh,
7,
cool.
Yeah. So 2 more. Well, I'm sure they'll come to us.
Something like that.
Something like that. But as long as you knew they were the 9 old men, you're good. Okay, keep going. 10,000 points. In the 1983 Disney short Mickey's Christmas Carol, which Disney character portrays the ghost of Christmas past? A. Jiminy Cricket. B. Timothy Q. Mouse. C. Cyril Proudbottom. Or D. The Cheshire Cat.
Oh.
Yeah, this was a question I didn't know the answer to either when I was researching it.
This one's tricky. I feel like this is never on now, so you never see this. I mean, who would that be?
Take your time. You have lifelines if you need them.
I mean, I can't see it being the Cheshire Cat. That doesn't sound right. I don't know. I feel like Jiminy Cricket is kind of jumping out at me. He had a tendency to pop up in all sorts of strange places, and Cyril Proudbottom, of course, was a horse, I think. So I don't know. I don't know if that would be right. And then Timothy Mouse, Ghost of Christmas Past.
Have you seen this short before?
I haven't. No, I don't think I have. Oh, yeah.
Well, you can ask Swanpride if you'd like, or you can do 50-50.
I'm trying to think. It might be a little bit early for her. I'm trying to think, what kind of clue could there be? Christmas Past would be likely to be from the past. I mean, we're all pretty old by then. Maybe this would be a good time for 50-50, just to narrow it down a little bit.
You want to use the 50-50?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, you said you're leading towards Jiminy Cricket, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's see if that remains at least. We'll get rid of 2 wrong answers for you randomly, and we got Jiminy Cricket still there, Cyril Proudbottom.
Right, so Jiminy is still there.
You can always use a second lifeline if you'd like.
I just saved them. I don't know what was coming in the later part.
True. But also, if you get this wrong, that's the end of the game, and you leave with 1,000. So
I know. Okay.
I don't know if I mentioned, but if no one gets to the million, the top 5 of you come back for a second round. So if you ever want to walk away at a high number, feel free to.
Right. Jiminy. I mean, he jumped out at me, so I don't know if I've picked that up from somewhere. Maybe I've read that he was in it. Cyril Proudbottom is so obscure. I feel like they wouldn't. Why would they go back to him of all characters? It's. I think I'm going to risk it. I think I'm going to say Jiminy Cricket. Final answer. It feels like his sort of thing.
Well, you did a 50-50. You went to Jiminy Cricket. You said final answer. You could have asked Swanpride, but you saved her for later. You get this right, you keep going. You get it wrong. It was nice having you. Paul, your answer is correct. Congratulations. Yeah, he kind of comes back with his like social conscience character as the Ghost of Christmas Past.
I did. He liked to get around old Jiminy. I thought that would be his kind of role.
Yeah. Cyril Proudbottom, if I'm not mistaken, he actually is in the short because, funny enough, this short has a lot of Disney characters, but especially has a lot of characters from the Wind in the Willows segment. I don't know why. Like, there's J. Thaddeus Toad is in there, Cyril Proudbottom. I think some of the weasels are inside, if I'm not mistaken. But,
yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I've only seen the short once, but I should watch it again.
I must see that one.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, Paul, you're doing good. You're 2 away from the next benchmark, and you have 2 lifelines, so let's keep going. 20,000. Which Disney canon film is known for having the most number of songs in it, although many of them are mere seconds long? Is it A, Alice in Wonderland, B, Lady and the Tramp, C, The Sword and the Stone, or D, The Fox and the Hound? The random number generator is very merciful to you with all these Disney questions.
I know. I'm just thinking I've gotten very lucky. Well, I've reviewed all of those, of course, for my series, and apart from The Fox and the Hound, and Lady and the Tramp was very good. I liked it. Fox and the Hound was good too. I'm not keen on the other 2 really, but songs. Lady and the Tramp had a few. We Are Siamese. That's a bit controversial. Fox and the Hound has Goodbye, Macy and Forever. That's very sad. But Sword and the Stone had the Sherman Brothers, I think, very early on for them, and not some of their best, in my opinion, but I know a lot of people like them. But the one that I remember for having far too many songs, I think, and I know you like this one, so I'm very sorry. But, I think this is going to be Alice in Wonderland because it was just crammed. There were songs everywhere and they weren't finished. So yeah, I think that'll be Alice in Wonderland, final answer.
Yeah, pretty much everybody had a song in that movie. Your answer's correct. Yeah, the Cheshire Cat had well, he sang "'Twas Brillig" and the Slithy Toves, and then they had the Caucus Race had a song "How Do You Do?"
That was quite good.
The Walrus, I like the Walrus and the Carpenter.
Yeah, that was good.
Painting the Roses Red, Merry on Birthday to You. I think they wrote like 30 songs from the movie, but only a number of them actually made it in. But yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, unlike you, I'm a big fan of this movie. I think it's my second favorite in the canon.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. But can we both agree that this is better than the Tim Burton version?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great. Okay, Paul, the next one's the next benchmark. If you get it right, you will have 32,000 no matter what, and you will gain the extra lifeline. So keep that in mind. If you get it wrong, you go down to 1,000. And you can always walk away with 20,000 if you want.
Right.
Let's go. Nominated for the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, the film Boy and the World was produced in which country? A. Brazil, B. Italy, C. Argentina, or D. France? So we're finally out of Disney for you.
Yeah, this is the first really, really tricky one here. I haven't heard of this, I have to admit. Boy and the World. There's no clue in the title at all. That could be any of the three, the four.
Well, Boy in the World is the English translation of the title.
What would that be? Brazil, Portuguese, or Spanish, or Italian? What would that be? What would boy be like? It's been ages since I've done French. I feel like I'm probably going to have to go for a lifeline again because I have no idea.
Well, like you have two, and if you get the right, you get an extra one. So.
Oh God. France. I know France does put out a lot of good animation, so there's that. And then Argentina was like the home of the first animated film, but I don't know if they still do a lot now. Probably do, but I don't know. I'm leaning away from Italy, but it could be. I really don't know.
Take your time. You could ask Swanpride if you want.
Trying to think. Her area of expertise was kind of around the 90s, so I don't know. Best Animated Feature Award was like 2001 onwards. So
well, she said she's generally good in movies. It's in terms of TV, it's only 80s and 90s.
Good. I think then I might go with that. I might ask her then.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's ask Swanpride, see what she said. She said, I think the movie was from Brazil. It looked very colorful, but I haven't gotten around watching it yet. Still, I'm 90% sure that A is the right answer. So she's leaning towards Brazil, 90%.
All right. As I say, the only clue I had was that I know that France does a lot of independent animation, Sylvain Comet, that kind of thing. So, but I have no idea. So if she thinks that strongly that it's Brazil, I think I am going to trust her, and I will say Brazil. Final answer.
Okay, we did not know this. We asked Swanpride. She was 90% sure it was Brazil. You get it right, you have that lifeline. Paul, your answer is correct.
Good.
Congratulations. You have 32,000 no matter what you do right now. So that's a very high place to be. This was the movie Boy in the World. I never seen it myself, but it looks very distinct.
I recognize the poster.
Oh, okay, nice. So yeah, congratulations. You had to use a lifeline, but like I said, now you gain that extra one to switch the question, where you can swap a question for another one worth the same amount of points.
That's good.
Okay, Paul. We are only 5 away from the million. Let's see how far we can get you. The next one, even if you don't know, you might as well take a guess because you have nothing to lose.
All right.
64,000. Let's go. In the 2010 Pixar film Toy Story 3, what is the name of Laszlo's original owner? Is it A, Dawn, B, Diane, C, Debbie, or D, Daisy?
I love this movie. Let me think. Well, how did that?
Do you remember the name?
I do remember. Now, I can hear the clown. I can hear the clown saying it in that amazing voice. Good old Bud Lucky, R.I.P. Oh, that was good.
In memory of him, yeah.
Poor guy. Let's think. They did everything together. Don't be such a baby. She left him behind. She replaced him. It's a modern movie. She's a little girl. She's not going to be called Dawn. I don't think she's called. I'm pretty sure it was Daisy. I'm leaning towards Daisy. It was a cutesy, like flowery little name. Not Diane. Debbie's a bit too 70s. I think I think it was Daisy. I think I'll say Daisy. Final answer.
All right. You had lifelines, but if you're leaning towards that, you said final answer. You get it right. You keep going. Your answer is correct. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, Daisy. She loved that doll.
There she is.
We never see her face, but that's the picture I can get of her.
I'm sure I've insulted all the girls out there who've got the same name, Diane and Debbie. They're fine names.
Yes, I'm going to have a lot of girls named Dawn leave like mean comments on this video.
I'm sorry, Dawn's a lovely name. It's just not Daisy.
It's just not Daisy. Yeah. Okay, you're doing fine. You're only 4 away from the million. So let's keep going. 125,000. You still have 2 lifelines. Named after author William Joyce's teenage daughter who passed away due to a brain tumor, what is the name of Professor Baum's teenage daughter in the 2013 Blue Sky Studios film Epic? Is it A, Sarah Jane, B, Mary Catherine, C, Louisa May, or D, Emma Claire?
Oh.
Have you seen this one?
I think I did. Once. I have a vague memory of a girl in purple and grey and lots of leaves, and she was miniature. I think that's the one. I'm not sure. Was Beyonce in this? I think maybe.
Yeah, she was.
Strange little film. I only saw it the one time, and it's been ages and ages.
Remember, you have the expert, or you could switch, and you could always walk away if you want with 64,000, which put you in first place right now.
Mary Catherine was the one that jumped out when I first saw it, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's Louisa May. I don't remember that. I didn't think it was Sarah Jane, but now I'm second guessing it could be. And then there's Emma Claire. I don't think it was Emma Claire. I'm tempted to slash it. Can I still do 50-50?
No, that's gone. Sorry, you only have the expert and switch the question.
That's right. I don't want to switch it. I think I might need the expert further in.
You want to ask Swanpride again?
No, I think I might save that. I think I might go for a guess.
You gonna risk it again? All right.
I think I'll be daring. It's between A and B for me. I think it's one of those. Yeah, why not? I think I will go for Mary Catherine. Final answer. I'll be daring. Rings a bell.
All right, you are daring. How percent sure are you?
Maybe 70-ish.
All right, 70-ish%. Is that enough? Do you keep going, or is this the end of the game? Paul, your answer is correct. Congrats. Wow. You sure remember a lot from this movie.
I didn't like it either, so I'm glad I remembered that.
Yeah, I think she went by MK a lot in the film, but like her real name was Mary Catherine. Yeah, it was named in honor of his daughter, who had passed away a few years before this movie came out.
Oh,
She had a brain tumor.
I feel bad for saying I didn't like it now. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you could say about the film, but yeah. I liked it more than I thought I would because I had like zero expectation going in. So it wasn't hard for me to like it better than that. Okay, Paul, 3 away from the million, and you still have an expert. So let's keep going. And remember, you can always walk away whenever you want. 250,000. Which talk show host lends his voice to the Riddler in the 2017 Warner Animation Group film The Lego Batman movie? A. Jimmy Kimmel, B. Conan O'Brien, C. Jimmy Fallon, or D. Stephen Colbert? Oh, yeah, we switched the question too. I forgot about that. Yes, so you have 2 lifelines.
That's good. I may need them because this is tricky. I haven't seen this one either.
Okay.
I saw the first one, and I must have been like the only person in the world who wasn't that keen on it. It was okay, but I didn't get the hype, you know.
Yeah. I've read other people who agree with you. I don't, but I've read other people.
Maybe I need to give it another chance. But this one, Riddler. Let me think now. Jimmy Fallon. I mean, this sounds like the kind of thing he'd do. Jimmy Fallon. And it could be Conan. He could also do that. Jimmy Kimmel. No, I don't think so. Do I want to risk it, or shall I use an expert?
Expert or switch, yeah.
Expert or switch. I feel like saving the expert, but I think I might use the switch the question one, perhaps, because I have no idea.
Is that your final answer? You want to switch it?
Yeah, I think I'll switch this one.
Okay, cool. We'll switch it. But if you had to take a guess, what would you have said?
I'd probably have gone with Jimmy Fallon as a guess.
If you told me Jimmy Fallon, final answer, you would have gotten it wrong. So good job. It was actually Conan O'Brien. So good thing you switched that one out. And I think Swanpride got this one wrong too. So good thing you didn't ask her either.
Oh,
so you made the right choice.
Thank goodness.
So here's the other 250,000 point question. Let's go. Regarding Lewis's future family in the 2007 Disney canon film Meet the Robinsons, how is Bud related to Laszlo? A. Bud is Laszlo's uncle. B. Bud is Laszlo's father. C. Bud is Laszlo's cousin. Or D. Bud is Laszlo's brother-in-law.
I mean, it's an improvement.
Is this a better question?
It's a slight improvement.
At least you've seen this one.
Yeah. I've reviewed this one, and again, wasn't a big fan. I know everybody likes. I'm saying that about a lot of films today, aren't I? I do like a lot of popular stuff, but this one I didn't. But let me think. This is one of the reasons I didn't care for it, because it was just packed with characters. I couldn't follow any of these characters.
That is true.
Let me think.
I think this was based on a William Joyce book as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right. These family members, how do they all line up? Bud and Laszlo. I'm pretty sure Bud was the guy with the puppet wife, which right away that's like, what? Okay. And then Laszlo, oh dear, brother-in-law, cousin, uncle, father.
You still have that last expert.
True. I think I'd be embarrassed if I had to use a lifeline on this, though. One of the Disney classics.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah. Oh dear, uncle, father. I think, as I said, I know who Bud is. Who was Laszlo? I think I know who Bud was. I think Laszlo was one of the red-headed twins. There was the boy and the girl. No. Wait. Was Laszlo one of the twins?
You tell me.
I'm getting all tangled. If I use the expert on this, I'm going to regret it. I know it, because there'll be something really hard on the last one.
I mean, you're only 2 away from the million anyway.
Maybe I should take a guess.
If you get it wrong, you go down to 32,000.
Oh, Laszlo's uncle or his father.
I assume you're leaning towards A or B right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I think so. I'm just trying to make sure I've got them straight. I think I know who's who. Tallulah, because I know the girl was Tallulah. Was her brother Laszlo? I think it was. Yeah, I'm sure the twins were someone else. Laszlo was the red-headed guy, the puppet guy. I think he is his. I think he's his father. Should I go with father? I think.
Your choice, man.
I know. All right. Let's do it. Bud is Laszlo's father. Hopefully, final answer.
Okay, I was gonna ask if that was your final answer, but you told me. Oh, all right. You could have asked Swanpride. We decided to save it, and hopefully you get this right. You keep going. Otherwise, that's the end of the game. You leave with 32,000. Paul, your answer is wrong. I'm sorry. You leave with 32,000 points. It was Uncle. It was the other one. So we have here, Bud is this father, the guy with the glasses that you thought. So it's his brother Fritz's kids, Tallulah and Laszlo. So he is Laszlo's uncle. Yes. So Bud is the one who adopted Lewis. So he has no other kids. That's why he adopted Lewis.
That's right. Right.
Anyway, well, I mean, good. You went really far. It was a very interesting and fun game. You went all the way to 250,000, which is very good. You leave with 32,000, which is still a good place to be, especially if you have a round 2, which I'll let you know after the other 7 contestants go. So before we go, is there anything you want to say, or how can people find you or your blog?
Just that it's a shame that I went out on a Disney canon question of all things. That's a bit embarrassing. But, yeah, well, if you'd like to check out my blog, it's at feelinganimatedblog.wordpress.com, or you can Google Feeling Animated with my name, you'll find it there. As I said, I've done a whole review series of the Disney canon films, so you can find those. There's lots of short reviews, book reviews, things like that. In the coming months, we've got a Wallace and Gromit series, and there's first thoughts on a few other films, and I'm hoping to get to the Iron Giant before the end of the year as well. So there's a lot of good stuff coming up. So I hope you'll visit.
Thank you. And I'll make sure to put a link to your blog below. So everyone else who's watching, Paul didn't make it to the million, but we have 7 more contestants. Maybe one of them can. Otherwise, we have a round 2. So keep watching. Take care. Bye.
Bye.